ladies, and hello, and welcome to Book Talks with Sandy. Good afternoon, and welcome to our weekly broadcast of Book Talks with Sandy. Yes, I am so excited to have you all with us on this afternoon. We are here, Book Talks with Sandy, each and every week at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I am your host and creator of this show. Book Talks with Sandy is a weekly segment where we have authors, anthology book projects, and we have visionary authors that will bring on their authors to share their journey, their story, their pains to purpose, their tragedies to triumphs. So listen, I am so excited to have with us on today the phenomenal, yes, Pastor Geneva D. Ashley, who is a master coach, but she's also a visionary author, published author as well. And she has a new book project that we're going to be talking about today. And you, if you've been looking and it's been pressing on your heart to be a part of an amazing book project dealing with domestic violence, whether it's you, your family member, or someone that this could be the book project for you. So I want you to hang out with me on today. Today is, as I say, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. I am going to go ahead and bring on our amazing guest on with us. Share it out with everyone, share it out with your community, share it out with your platform. And yes, and we are so delighted to have you. I have with us on this afternoon the amazing, the phenomenal, yes, and she's been on our platform, our show before, and we're talking about who else, yes, but Pastor Geneva D. Ashley. She is the virtual pastor, founder of the Her She Circle. She is a published author and master coach. Hello, my lady. How are you doing? You're on mute. There you go.
That would help, right? I'm excited to be here. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Thank you for the platform. Just excited to be here with some of the co-authors for this phenomenal literary project. So.
Yes. Well, you all give us a minute. You all, we want you to be sharing this out. I want you to share it out into your community. I want you to share it out with your friends. We're going to begin to have our dialogue, and we're going to start it off with prayer. And after we have prayer, today's broadcast, you all, is dedicated to my dear friend. She was my prayer partner. She was a friend to me in so many ways. And it without anything, I want to share my screen with you all. This is my prayer partner who has gone on to be with the Lord. I dedicate this broadcast to her because she was my cheerleader. She was my friend, my prayer partner. And those of you on the coast that may have known her, beautiful, great woman of God. And I truly honor her. We're talking about, yes, Deaconess Mary Louise Jordan. Today was her homegoing service, and I honor her sons, all three of her sons, who was her caregivers, her grandchildren, her granddaughters, that they will know the legacy of their Nana. That was what was so important to me, to share my tribute to her, that her granddaughters would know, and her grandson, but her daughters, her granddaughters, that their mothers would share the great woman of God that she was, because they're young. They're under the age of 7 years old, the granddaughters are. And so I want them to know how wonderful Nana was. and the wonderful woman that she was and the legacy that she left behind. So, without further ado, guys, listen, it's all about my friend Mary today. And yes, indeed. And so, I just want to thank you all for allowing me to share our broadcast and have her on as well, have her as our show is dedicated to her. At this time, we are going to ask one of the ladies. I'll just volunteer yourselves. Just lead us in a quick word of prayer, if you will.
Most gracious Heavenly Father, we just thank you for another opportunity just to worship you, oh God, and asking that you cover Queen Sandy from the crown of her head to the sole of her feet, oh God, as she goes forth to do what it is that you would have her to do on today, oh God. And as we bring forth this project, oh God, Shattered to Shine, we ask that you allow these ladies to share their hearts and be open to your move and your way and your will, oh God, those pieces of themselves that they've been hiding for so long, oh God. We ask that you let them go forth in that, God, and give Queen Sandy the strength and the wisdom and the peace and the comfort that she needs as she continues to do what it is that you have entrusted her with. This show is dedicated to a phenomenal servant of yours, oh God, that you have decided to pull in to the kingdom, oh God. And we just magnify you for her life. We ask that you cover her family and be with each and every one of them every day, not just today, but for in the years to come. And we just ask that you continue to bless. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you for that, Pastor. Listen, we have a guest. We have someone in our audience who's listening all the way from the United Kingdom, UK. Yes. Hey, Yinka, how you doing? All the way from the United Kingdom. She always
Yes.
supports and come and support us. And so, listen, Pastor, you're reaching the international waters again. You always
Yes.
do. Yes, you're tapping over into the UK, and Yinka always comes on. And so, we're very excited. So, I want to have a dialogue. We're talking about Shattered to Shine. This is a
Yes.
book dealing with domestic violence, and I'm so excited that that you are now walking in this. You talked about it. We talked about it a few months ago, but now it's here. As far as talking about it, I've got a book cover and everything. Come on, tell us about how Shattered to Shine was birthed out.
Shattered to Shine was birthed from an experience of my own, sharing. I'm very passionate about empowering women
Uh-huh.
on every platform, not just particularly, not just domestic violence, but today that's an area that we're talking about, right? All
Mm-hmm.
too often, women silent and suffer in silence and are fearful of being judged, etc. But in Shattered to Shine, it is our responsibility to go forth and share the fact that you don't have to hide any longer and nobody else can be pulled from the shadows if you don't speak out, right? So,
That's good.
Shattered to Shine is an experience that is going to reach back to highlight the experience, yes, but at the same time, reach back and pull forward those women that feel like they don't have the power or the courage to go forth, not only to overcome the domestic violence, but the fact that they are not just overcoming it, but they're thriving beyond surviving. So there's so much more beauty on the other side of turmoil,
Yeah.
and we just don't hide. We don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, God has given me the boldness to say it's time to talk about it. So
Mm-hmm.
nobody will be left in the shadows anymore. And these women that have decided to come forth are going to be the light that are going to guide them into the place of peace and deliverance that they need.
I love it how you're saying is that no longer living in the shadow, and the fact that we're not talking. I'm kind of writing it. Um, it's kind of like they get stuck. Talk about that before we actually get it, because we're just kind of building a foundation. How many? This is nothing new to you. You are an advocate of domestic violence. We don't have to wait, audience, until October. Domestic violence is a 24-hour a day, 365-day effect in our community, in our churches. It is in the schools. It's all around us.
Mhm.
And many women are still stuck in that area when they've come out of it. would you say that they're mentally stuck? Is that what do you mean when you say no longer in the shadow?
When I say no longer in the shadows, I'm speaking to the fact that, yes, it is possible to be ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
You carry around this excess baggage with you, even though you've already, God has already set you free. You're already delivered. You're thriving. You're doing
Yeah.
your thing. You've got businesses. You're doing well, and people can look at you and believe in their minds that what looks like it's all together is all together. But in all actuality, you're still carrying that weight of something that is no longer who you are. That's
Yeah.
just an experience that was a layer of, it was a page in the book, right? God still got you living beyond what that you've already gone through it.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, when I say in the shadows, I want it's our responsibility to let women know that God created you for so much more. And yes, you've come out of that. So don't hold yourself there. There is a period of time where you will feel like you need to um, stay there, I guess, for whatever reason, to
Yeah.
revisit
Yeah.
what has happened. But there's no reason to stay there. I mean, you can't move forward if your feet are stuck in the mud, right?
That's
It's
right.
no, God has pulled you up out of the muck and the mire. So it's time to move forward and get to the other side of it and understand that, okay, you're shining in so many areas, but understand that that hammer that came down on your life to try to shatter the diamond that you are
Uh-huh.
only shattered the pieces and caused you to become that much more brilliant, because every piece of you did not lose its value. It didn't lose its value. If anything, it became more valuable because there's more layers to you and it's more pieces to you. And you got to be willing to get to the other side and say, you know what? I got through this and I can reach back and pull the other women forward that are feeling like they're stuck right now. So
That
that's
is so
what our
good.
project is about.
That is amazing because and I'm pretty sure you're talking. God is with this instruction of letting us know is our responsibility. So many times we come out of domestic violence or have come out of domestic violence and move on,
Mhm.
and not knowing that we have a responsibility. And I say we because I experienced it. But here you are. I've never heard anyone come from the angle that you're coming with, because we always talk about being the survivor. We're always talking about I got through it. Yes, I'm no longer in the abused relationship. I'm no longer there. But you're coming back and saying, but yeah, you out, but you now have a responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, and we are talking this afternoon with the phenomenal, yes, master coach, visionary author, pastor, virtual pastor, Geneva D. Ashley. The book is called, and you are definitely going to be hearing more about it. It is called Shattered to Shine. Today, joining her are four of amazing women that are a part of this anthology book project, Shattered to Shine. We have the phenomenal, yes, Lady Nicole Green, contributing author, Kim Roberts, yes, to Sharon. To Sharon, what's your last name? Please forgive me.
Moncrief.
Michael, thank you
Moncrief.
so much. Thank you. And Lady Shelonda Hansel. I'm going to start with Lady Nicole. How are you? And welcome to the Book Talks with Sandy table.
I am doing awesome. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
You are so welcome. I just want to share a little bit about who you are. You are one of the contributing authors. You're from the Bay Area. And as you've indicated, is that you too are a domestic violence survivor, a mom of
Yes.
two wonderful children, business owner of a travel agency called Essential Peace, as well as being a published author. Welcome to the table.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, and you're from out in the Bay Area. We're talking about California.
Yes, I am
That's the
from
only Bay
California,
Area.
born, born
That's
and
the
raised.
only one.
Right,
Okay.
was born and raised in Oakland, California. I just figured I'll say the Bay.
Okay. Okay. Well, you coming where you meeting us Southern girls, as
Yes.
we say. Well, welcome. And we have, yes, Lady Kim Roberts, who is again a contributing author, a native of New Orleans, Louisiana, currently in Houston, Texas. mother of 3 young adults, business owner, and definitely one of God's girls. I love it. Come on, lady. Come on, queen. Say hi to us.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you, Queen Sandy?
I am good. I'm great. I'm happy to have you here. I'm making it because you're here. I appreciate you. As you said, you're one of God's girls. What makes you one of God's girls?
I am blessed and highly favored. When I
You
say
better
he
go
has
here.
brought me a long way, I mean, thinking back to my old days to now, he has blessed me continuously. I can't give him enough praise. So I'm
Yeah.
definitely excited to be one of his girls.
I know that's right. Yes, and hey, you get to talking like that. We're gonna be blessing the Lord in the middle of the afternoon. Hallelujah. And we have, yes, Lady Tashirin and McCree. She is executive director, founder of Women of Refined Gold, domestic violence program that helps women and teens that are impacted by abuse. Her motto, or her 3 E's, is educate, empower, and end repeat cycles of abuse. She is a mother of 3 daughters. She's received her master's from Troy University in Montgomery in counseling. Come on and say hello to us.
Hello. How's everyone? Thank you for having me on.
We're glad to have you here with us. Let me see where now. Okay, so where are you from?
I'm born and raised Montgomery, Alabama,
Okay.
but I'm currently living in Tallahassee, Florida right
Oh, wow, where all the alligators.
now. I'm new. I've been here probably a little over a year, but
Okay.
still trying to learn it.
Okay. All right. I've been to Tallahassee once. It was many years ago. And so, yeah, we must have some dialogue because they got a restaurant and they sell alligator. I'm like, what? Just give me some fried chicken, if you will.
Yeah, I
Please.
pass.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you. We'll have hear a little bit more from you in just a little bit. And yes, we have Master Coach, Lady Shelonda Hassel. Come on and say hi to us.
Hello, everybody. How are you today, Sandy?
Hey, listen, I needed some girlfriends around the table, so I'm feeling mighty good about right now. Thank you for being here and being a part of this amazing book project. You are as well a contributing author, a serial entrepreneur, founder of Experience NFP, and you'll explain all of that under the umbrella of, is it Shaw or Shaw?
It's the Shy Experience.
It's a Shaw Experience Falls. Okay, Shaw Experience Falls out of Chicago. Black Moms That Rock organization, like her for Brown Girls, Teen Mentoring Program, and Who Is She Ministry. Your wife, mother, master coach, grief coach, inspirational speaker, 2-time domestic violence survivor, and advocate. There's a mandate over your life, over her life, that her work to work with broken women. There's a mandate, as she says, to work with broken women. Thank you so much for being with us and being here. All right. And so I want to just let's talk about Shattered. When you talk about Shattered to Shine, where did that title, how did that come about, the title there, Pastor?
All right. I keep on talking on mute, y'all.
That's okay.
Um, Shattered to Shine, actually, the Holy Spirit dropped it in my spirit. I am from 2016 when I founded the women's organization that I have, her She Circle, where the She stands for Sisters Helping Each Other. God gave me a clear vision of what the woman really is. So our signature jewel is a pink diamond. The reason why it's pink is because the pink represents femininity. The reason why it's a diamond is because diamonds are purified in fire. They are created to be strong. And no matter how much you toss them, turn them, bang them, batter them, a lot of times you can try to destroy it, but nothing that you do will destroy it. It only causes it to become that much more brilliant in its value. So that's what the diamond represents. Now, the fact that the shattered piece comes in is because we have a lot of women that are shattered in areas of their lives. They've gone through things that have caused them to feel broken, that become damaged goods, that make them feel as though they're not valuable any longer, they're not important any longer, or they cannot be used. But in all actuality, what was designed to destroy them only developed them into becoming that much more greater and push them into their destiny. So, with all of that put together, I boiled it down and said, God, what do you want me to call it? And he said, Shattered to Shine.
I love it. That is great. And so the Shattered to Shine, you brought these women, you brought some women with you, brought some guests with you, some friends, but you also are looking for additional authors. And so the book is not yet complete. So you're definitely wanting to, God is making room for, as I say, God will make the room for you. He will definitely do that. And so you all kind of hang out with us because this is also not just a book tour, but it is also for a author call. And so we're going to have Master Coach Geneva to share a little bit about that. We're going to have the link up for you to be able to connect so that you can be a part of this amazing book. I want to now go ahead, give the authors an opportunity to talk about their participation and how they came connected with this amazing visionary author. And just before we do that, I do want to thank our YouTube audience that is over there. Thank you so much for joining us. We are now streaming live simultaneously on our YouTube channel. Book Talks with Sandy is brought to you all by Coffee Conversations with Sandy and Friends. And so we're very excited to now be streaming not just on YouTube, but we're also now on Spotify. And Spotify, that it comes under our CTR Media Network. So there's a lot of exposure that's happening here. So we are so excited. God's opened up some phenomenal doors that our podcast, we're in a podcast form on Spotify and Amazon. And there's a couple of others going on there. I'm telling you, being a part of CTR Media Network, we're very happy. And we'll be sharing some opportunities and also share with you because they are one of our sponsors. We'll be sharing that later on in the broadcast. But right now, I want to give our authors an opportunity. Listen, they are on tour, and I want you to get ready to mark this book title down because you want to be ready when the digital bestseller campaign hits. We want to be with the pen on it, a finger on it. We want to definitely purchase and support these amazing authors. At this time, I'm going to now bring on the phenomenal, let me move this post-it out the way. You guys share it out. I need you all to get this and share this out with your friends. Share it out with any those that are watching us on today, okay? At this time, we're going to go ahead and bring on contributing author, from all the way from the Bay Area, California. Yes, the Cali girl. Yes, indeed. But she's a woman of God, domestic violence survivor, mom of 2 wonderful children, business owner of a travel agency, as well. Yes, a published author. Come on, if you will, Lady Nicole, and share your heart with us. I think you have about 2 to 3 minutes. So, go ahead.
Thank you for having me here. I'm so excited. Again, my name is Nicole. I'm from the Bay Area. I'm so excited to be part of this phenomenal book. How did I become a part of this? Well, number one, I am part of a phenomenal organization called Her She Circle, which is founded by Queen Geneva. And that's how I met her. I'm also one of her mentees. And through my journey with her and through God, I am a survivor of domestic violence. And I was so excited to not to just talk about what I went through, because as she mentioned, you could be ashamed, but talk about who you are now. And I've never had anyone ask me that question or show me who I was, because I never recognized who I was. So through the growth and the journey of working with my coach and going through the trials and overcoming my own experience with domestic violence, I'm now at a point in my life where I know who Nicole is. I know who that diamond is that came out of the ashes. I now know that I'm here and I have a purpose to help someone else that may have experienced what I have, and to show them the outcome of just pushing through that. So I'm just excited about the whole purpose of the book is not just focusing on the events and the trauma. It's focusing on who we are now. And that's what brought me to wanting to be a part of it. And I was just so ready to tell my story. And God put in my heart that there is someone else out there that may have, experienced it and maybe looking for someone that, to connect with and just help someone. So again, I'm happy to be here, and that's who I am and how I got connected.
Awesome. 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 Well, I'm glad that you are on board and that we're going to be hearing a phenomenal story from you. And be thinking about this question. So when we come back around, is what would you like for what us as a reader? What would you like for us to walk away? Because as it said, this book is letting us know that we have a responsibility. And so, in reading a book where I may be out of domestic violence, but not really sure how to operate in that responsibility, I would love for each of you to be thinking about that question: is what do you want us to walk away when they read your chapter? At this time now, we're going to go ahead and bring up the phenomenal, yes, contributing author, Lady Kim Roberts.
Hey. So, same as Queen Nicole, I am also in Hershey's Circle, which is founded by Queen Geneva D. Ashley. I'm also the director of her amazing organization. So when she brought this idea to me, hey, this is what I'm working on, I knew it was a no-brainer to jump on. I know there's so many people like myself that have experienced domestic violence. And a lot of us do hold on to it as guilt and shame. We're afraid to express it to other folks. We're afraid to share our story. We just, we just feel ashamed and embarrassed about it. But there's no reason at all to be ashamed about what you've experienced, because one, it wasn't your fault. So to be a part of this amazing anthology was, like I said, it was a no-brainer. I had to go through a lot of healing, a lot of self-love development to get through this cycle. And when I tell you, once you get to that other side, oh my God, there's no stopping you. I mean, it brings you a whole sense of a new sense of who you are. It tells you that, you can get through anything. And when I tell you, once I got to that side, there was no stopping me. There was so many things in my life that just flourished because it changed my mindset. One thing about it, you don't want it to break you down. You want it to empower you. So my thing is, if I can share my story and help another lady who is either going through it right now and don't know how to get out, or experienced it and feel like she's alone, just letting them know you're not. There's so many ladies that you can connect with that will love on you and support you through this process. So that was my reason for getting on to this anthology, because I want other ladies and men, it happens to men as well, to understand and know that you are not alone and that this is a journey that you will overcome.
That is so encouraging. So those of you that may be watching and you have a family member, I notice a lot of individuals, they're putting names in, and we want you to share this out. Domestic violence happens. Anyone have those numbers? I don't have those numbers up, but I want to say that it's, well, we know that it's 1 in every 5 women. I think the number for men, Master Coach Geneva, do you have I'm going to pull it up, but do you have it off the top of your head?
I do not have it off the top of my head, but I can tell you that within a year, there are more domestic violence fatalities than what happened to in the pandemic over the past 2 years.
And that is so true. During the pandemic, it was just unbelievable how the numbers were. Just want to quickly pull this up, you all. This is why this is so important that we share. And I love it how the author that was just speaking a minute ago, how on the other side, and how important it is for women to to be connected with projects such as this, or groups such as the organization that Pastor Geneva has. It was Lady Kim who was saying, is that on the other side, that kind of resonated with me, and I got stuck there. But 1 in 3 women, you all, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence, or part of all of that is in domestic violence. It's or by an intimate partner. The range of behaviors can come from slapping, shoving, pushing, and in some cases might not be considered as domestic violence. But it also indicates, and we talk about also in the 1 of 7 women and 1 in 25 men have been injured. Let's not even talk about totally fatality, as what Pastor Geneva was just saying. And so that comes from the the ncadv.org statistics. So that's ncadv.org. And you all, I've talked with Pastor Geneva, those of you that are critics, okay, I wasn't putting her on the spot. I just know that she's an advocate of it, but it wasn't to put her on the spot because she didn't know I was going to ask her that question. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. That's what, and you know how, Pastor, and ladies, I want you all to chime in, and Tashira and Shelonda, I'm going to be bringing you all in a second. But this is what happens. I stand in the supermarket sometimes and I be thinking, or you know how we stand in Walmart and we stand in the line, and it's like you say, whoa, 1 to 5. Somebody in this line has had to deal with domestic violence. Anybody want to chime in on where I'm going with this?
Can I just say this, Queen Sandy? A lot of times we will believe that domestic violence is just, as you said, a physical altercation, hitting, slapping, etc. But this can happen between a child and a parent. It can be emotional abuse. It can be financial abuse, mental abuse. It can be narcissism, controlling. There's so many spiritual abuse. There are so many different levels to domestic violence. And in all actuality, while the world has been so judgmental about the issue itself, even those that are judging are victims of it themselves a lot of times, and have not admitted to themselves that they were victims, because they would choose to normalize what was dysfunctional in their life. In all actuality, more than what the statistics say is actually happening, because those statistics are based on those reports, things that are reported.
Yes.
What is not reported.
That's right.
Is it not being reported? Because the world is so busy being judgmental and in denial. So it's our mission is to make sure that, yes, they get through that part of it, but at the same time, understand that there is greater beyond that. You're not defined by what was designed to destroy you.
That's right. And so that's what one of the listeners, they're listening in, Latae Ann, she was saying, yes, Queen G. She said, sure did. So many don't report or even think it's abuse, as you were just saying. And even she said earlier is that, and she said, I bet it's way higher than what the statistics numbers, because you got case numbers, and I'm not a social worker expert or anything like that. But when you're collecting the data, and when you're collecting all of that information, yes. And listen, it's happening. It really, really is.
It's a real thing.
Y'all have to read the story, Viola Davis's Finding Me. If you have not read that book, that's another book. Y'all need to read that story, hear her story. Viola Davis, her book is phenomenal. She talks about how her mother was abused by her dad, and even they were abused as children. Great book, great book. Now we're talking about this book, Shattered to Shine, you all. We do definitely want you to mark that down. At this time now, we're going to go ahead and bring on, we have, to Sharon McCreef And she is executive director, founder of Women of Refined Gold, as well as a domestic violence program that helps women and teens that are impacted by abuse. Come on and share your heart and share with us, yes, and how you came to know this lady, your visionary author, Pastor Geneva.
All right. Well, I was actually, she came to Montgomery, was part of an event that took place here, and someone said, y'all need to meet. And so once she got back home, we connected, we talked, and she was talking about what she was working on, and I had seen some things on Facebook. And I knew this was something I needed to invest in because I really struggle with getting the words out of my head to the paper because God had already told me to write. And he said, I need you to write the end from the beginning. And so I really felt like this was the time and the opportunity to connect with someone who also had a heart around domestic violence. So I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to invest in myself, take some time to carve out to really write, because I believe even with me starting the nonprofit, it was because God needed me to connect with some women, and it was going to be through my testimony. And then I also feel that, we can't, a lot of times people see you as your testimony, but people never see you as what you overcame. And so I don't like to be known as a survivor, because I believe it keeps you in that mindset of surviving. But I like to be considered as an overcomer, because we talk about the victims, but how many times do you really hear the story of those who truly overcame, not just to be in a better position, but to also be able to impact others that may not know how to come out. So that is definitely why I started Women of Refined Gold, and because that was the vision God gave me and the name.
You're on mute, Sandy.
Thank y'all. Everybody. That when she talks about the refine of the gold and the diamond, and how everything is crushed and refined, and then it gets the results that it does with the gold and the diamond. That would explain it. That's amazing. It's like connected. And so what I also grabbed is that you needed, because that's why she's a master coach. You needed someone to help bring that out. How important was that, giving you that extra confidence that you needed? How important was it for you to connect with Master Coach Geneva?
It was very important, because when you have something down in you that needs to get out, and you don't, it becomes like a weight, a burden. And I wanted to release that. One God gave me a dream one time, and this dream, it was like I was giving birth. But I realized in that dream that it wasn't a physical birth, it was a spiritual birth. And so I realized that God was birthing something in me that needed to come out. And because I hadn't mastered how to pull those things, because even telling my story, sharing my experience with people it's still that place I struggle with sometimes. And so sometimes God knows not sometimes, all the time, God knows we need people in our lives to pull out, that we don't abort what he's placed in us, that he needs to get out to get to others, because even what I went through was not just for me. And so if I sit and allow that thing to just be dormant, then how effective will I be for those that God has called me to show up for? And so for me, showing up has been a big burden. So if I need to and allow someone to help me to do that, that's what I wanted to do.
Well, that is great. And we know that this book is definitely going to help others. At this time, thank you so much for answering that question. You all that are just tuning in and that are watching us on our YouTube channel, thank you for tuning in. This is Book Talks with Sandy. It is a platform where we bring our authors, contributing and visionary authors, along with the contributing authors of their anthology book projects. Today's anthology book project that we're talking about is the soon to be released called Shattered to Shine. And this book is a story of stories of women who talk about their not just their challenges but their victories of overcoming domestic violence, and then taking on that responsibility of sharing their story with other women and sharing and letting others know what life is like and how important it is for them to share their story, what life is like beyond domestic violence. I'm bringing on now Lady Shelonda Hassel, excuse me, I probably still didn't say it right, but she is also a contributing author, serial entrepreneur, founder of the Shea Experience NFP, under the umbrella of her Shea Experience Falls out of Chicago, Chicago Black Moms. And I've heard of that organization. Also, that rock Chicago Black Moms That Rock organization, like her Brown Girls Team Mentoring Program, and Who Is She Ministry. Come on in and share with us, say hello, and then let us know how you connected with our visionary author and being a part of this book project.
Yes, I am Shelonda Hassel Abyagbe.
Yes, thank you.
It's kind of hard for a lot of people. I connected with Pastor G, being in an organization that we both were in before, in our past. But I can say that it was God meant to be. We literally met each other one time at a retreat. Really didn't, click then because we wasn't like really around each other that much. But it took us this year when we met again, and we had conversations at one event and to another event, and then actually with the book. I am an author myself already, but I was going to be doing 2 different series of my 2-time stories of domestic violence. And so when I got on Facebook one day and I synced her flyer, I immediately went in the room and showed it to my husband. I was like, I'm like, what do you think about this? Because I was telling him, like, I don't want to do both of them together. I want to break them up and then eventually bring them, both of the stories together. And he was like, well, pray about it, and you listen to what God tells you to do first. But he said, but I'm 100% behind you, whatever you do. It looks like it's going to be a great project. So after praying about it, I wound up reaching out to Geneva, and I was like, I think I'm going to be a part. I'm extra excited about it. And but I must say, I love dealing and working with genuine people, right? And so I can honestly sit here and tell you today that even over the time of just starting off working with her with Anthology, being a part of some of her sessions, she's a true genuine woman of God. And so that's what really drew me in to her. And then the fact that we both are advocates after dealing with so much throughout my past, and the title of the book where it says Shattered to Shine, once again, a lot of people already said this, but we don't talk about the shine part. We always talk about what we went through, and sometimes we are stuck there. So just with the title alone, I was even more excited because I'm like, hey, I get to tell the world that I'm a victor. I'm no longer an a survivor. And I like what the young lady before me said, that we do sometimes say the word survivor, but that is so true. We are no longer survivors. We are victors. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity to be a part of the book, to be able to let people know that you still have a future even after the pain. And that your pain can be used as your purpose as well. So this is a great opportunity. I'm truly blessed to be a part along on the platform with all the beautiful ladies that are here on the platform, and just grateful to be a part.
I am so excited to have you here, and each of you are sharing. This book is going to be phenomenal. So if you do want to be a part of this upcoming book, soon to be released, what I am putting up now is the information. You all, here is the jot form information, but I also want to show what it, when you connect onto the link, those that are listening in the audience, and you should be able to click on this as well. If you would like to set up a time to be with the visionary author, we would love for you to be able to connect with her as well. I want to go back to my screen here. Let's see, I'm not sharing it correctly. There we go. Okay, so this is the link, you all. Shatterd to Shine is a job form to just go ahead and be a part of this amazing book project. So Shatterd to Shine, why should you connect with this opportunity and stand to unmute the silence of domestic violence? Because the masses are waiting. They are awaiting the sound of your voice, your capitalized, your voice. Yes, the masses are waiting for the sound of your voice, of experience, to equip them with the courage to reach for the greater. They were created to achieve and boldly soar toward the destiny beyond surviving to thriving. Fiercely and fearlessly, you have already overcome, and now it's time to reach back and pull forward others that they are seeking the same. So yes, go ahead and click on to that jot form so that you can be able to connect with the visionary author Geneva D. Ashley, so that you can be a part of this amazing book to reach the masses. You've been looking for an opportunity to share your story, and not just share your story, but also give some takeaways and tools that other women may use or men may use that will let them know this is what life is like after. So yes, you've been shattered, but this is what life is like, is that you are shining. And yes, so that the world can see what God has done in your life, going from battered to bold and fearless. So you do want to be a part of this book project. I would, yes, ask that you connect with Pastor Geneva. And I'm going to, at this time, ask her to just share a little bit about her information and how you can, and we're going to put that in the chat, if you will. You're on mute. Okay.
Hello. So I'm Geneva D. Ashley on all social media platforms. My professional coaching page, you can find me at She Is Geneva D. Ashley. Also on Instagram, I am She Is Geneva D. Ashley. So I would say follow my pages, follow me on social media. Also, for the Shatterd to Shine project, if you are interested, feel free to send me an email directly. I'm very approachable and touchable. You can reach me at coachgenevadashley@gmail.com. Again, that's coachgenevadashley@gmail.com. And we'll make sure that you receive the link you can also, if you're on my social media pages, you'll be able to see that Shatterd to Shine link out there for you to click and sign up accordingly. So
yes, indeed. And we're going to make sure that we put up let me get that up there now. There we go. So those of you that want to connect with Master Coach Geneva D. Ashley, there it is, Coach Geneva D. Ashley@gmail.com. Also, you can find her, as she mentioned, on Facebook as well as Instagram. But yes, if you want to be a part of this amazing upcoming book project, we want you to definitely reach out and get that job form. I did put it in, but we want you to make sure that you connect with this amazing woman and be a part of this book project. It is very affordable. Let her walk you through the steps, sign up the information. It's very, very affordable, and the visibility. So this is part of what you give to the authors. Do you want to, since this is also an author call, would you like to share some of the benefits by participating in this book project, Pastor? If you would like to do that, you have that opportunity now.
Awesome. Thank you. I will say that not just participating in this project per se, but I would say sharing with the world the fact that you have overcome and putting yourself forward. It's time the world is your stage, and it's your opportunity to walk the stage the way you want to walk it. It's your opportunity to allow those that may have counted you out because of the fact that, you know, you've gone through something that was an experience such as domestic violence. Maybe those that some people figured that you would be counted out and what was designed to destroy you would have literally taken you out. However, you're still standing, and you're standing that much greater than you were before. Seeing that, I never would have thought that personally after that experience, when I was in it, of course, I didn't see myself as being a domestic violence advocate. Never saw myself being a founder of an organization supporting women. Never saw myself being a pastor of all, a pastor, or, you know, and praising God the way I do and pulling on women to give God the glory for even those things that seem like they were going to destroy them. So when God has a plan, his plans will prosper. And we want women to understand that you deserve to have greater on the other side of your life. What he designed you to for your destiny to do, you were born full so that you could leave this earth empty. You want to give him everything that you have, because along the way, everything that you're doing along the way is only going to take you higher and higher and deeper into those places that God would have you to go. So being a part of this project, sharing that slice of the pie, and then getting to a place where you can say, you know what, I'm going to reach out to others. It's time to grace stages and tell the world what you've gone through and how you overcame it, and let them see you now. You know, it used to be a song out long time ago, probably dating myself, but it says, how you like me now. You need to let people see you to where you are today, not dictate to where you used to be. That's not where you were anymore. You want to know who you are now. So shine bright like the diamond that God created you to be.
Now, see, you gave me permission to say it. I can say shine like a diamond. Yes, indeed. Okay, y'all. Y'all remember when Rihanna came out with that song? Now, don't act like you don't know. Yes, shine like a diamond. Yes, indeed. Shine like a diamond. Yes, indeed. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is, I see, she gave me permission, y'all. Like break out. We have fun here on Book Talks with Sandy. Yes, we do. We laugh and keep it real. And Lord knows, my friend, listen, you all, my dear friend, and gone on to be with the Lord. But one thing we love to do is talk about them fancy shoes. And woo, she was a diva and could glitter all over the place. So yes, indeed, we shining on today. I think Beyonce got a shine, shine, shine song out there too. But anyway, we'll run on.
All of this winning, because there's room for all of us to win, right?
Exactly. We're having so much fun. I thank you all. Our audience is listening to us. Thank you all for hanging out and giving us your comments. Patricia Anderson, she says the Y3s wise, she's God plans will prosper. Yes, anyway, yes. I'm not quite reading that right, but I got it. Yes, and thank you all.
She is also a co-author. She is also a co-author and was not able to be here, but Lady P, we love you and we miss you today.
Yes, and that's who. Okay, I see Lady P now. When you said Lady P, I know who that is. Yes. But when I just see it as Patricia Anderson, Dr. Anderson, yes, I know who you are now. Yes, indeed. You need to. Okay, so open invitation. When Pastor Geneva come back, you better come on back over here so we can have some more fun for sure. Well, listen, ladies, I am so excited. Thank you. They're hanging on to this question. The question is, what would the authors like for us to take away in reading their chapter? However, I'm going to just bring on a couple of our sponsors, do that. And if you all would just kind of hang tight with me, I'm going to share my screen. There's a couple of conferences, speaking opportunities that are coming up. But if that may not be for you this year, there are some conferences that are absolutely free. They're virtual, and you have the opportunity to sign up. And one of them is the opportunity for, give me just 1 second. It is going to be with Living Your Faith Out Loud with, yes, you see her. She is Dorothy P. Wilson, but I just want to share her portion of her message with you. Okay. 1 moment, please.
Wilson. I am the founder and host of Faith Inspiration Network, where we are reaching people in 24 nations with the message of live your faith out loud. Thanks for taking a minute to stop to learn more about Living Faith Out Loud Conference, which is part of that same network. We have had a very successful year with Faith Inspiration Network, and this is year 2 of our conference. Can't wait to share some of the details about the conference. It will be held virtually August 5th through the 7th. So that's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We start Friday night, go all day on Sunday, and then we come back on Sunday afternoon. We have some phenomenal speakers, such as Grammy nominee Jacqueline Carr will be coming to us, Dr. George C. Frazier, Dr. Cheryl Wood, Pastor Jesse Bradley out of Seattle, Amy Walker out of South Carolina, Dr. Sandra Dalton Smith, a lot of other speakers. 55 plus speakers is what we are expecting this year. This is the faith event of the year, and you don't want to miss it. You want to be part of it. If you have been thinking about speaking or sponsoring, I've set up something really special for you. With this conference, we don't just offer speaker opportunities. We want to not only promote you, but we also want to promote your brand, your platform. And so we have some speaker and sponsor packages that you can sign up for. This is a great opportunity.
I'm sorry. I thought I was talking the whole time. I'm sorry. This is going to be an amazing, as you can hear, those speakers. This is a virtual conference, but the speaker package that is going to be made available for you is quite affordable. Now, I can put out the fact that she is offering, if you're looking to be a speaker, go to that page. And I did put it up again. You're talking about faithconferenceinfo.com, as low as $297. That will give you an opportunity to be a speaker at this conference. And so if you are interested, please go and sign up. Or you can reach out to me, just DM me over at Sandy Sanders in Facebook, and I can share all the information and all the benefits, but starting at that level. And then, of course, if you go up to another level, there's going to be a lot more opportunities, magazine, publicities, as well as I believe that there's also going to be some billboard opportunities. So we are partnering with Miss Dorothy P. Wilson, who is a phenomenal woman of God, but this is also part of Light Source. Have you all ever heard of Light Source, which is a Christian-based web platform that your information, your talking part of this conference, you will be seen under the Light Source, on the Light Source website, under Faith Conference as well. So there's a great opportunity there. Then we have one more. I just want to quickly share this one because these are our sponsors on today. We got Swag Her Magazine, of course. Don't forget Swag Her Magazine. Then there is the Level Up conference that is coming up. If you're looking to be a speaker with Kern Crockett Cherry and you're looking to be a speaker, there is a speaker opportunity. And one of the keynotes is going to be, yes, who else but Miss Robbie Montgomery. You all know her from Sweetie Pies, and there is some speaking opportunities that are available. This will be a virtual as well as in person. This will be taking place in July the 27th through the 31st. Also, Cynthia Bailey, you all know her from Atlanta's Housewives of Atlanta. She also is going to be one of the keynotes. But if you're interested in being a speaker, and would like to be a speaker at the Power Up Summit, unleash your power, and yes, be a part of the publicity where this phenomenal woman will be gracing our stage here in Biloxi, Mississippi. But virtual invitations, you can register for these for absolutely free. There, if you don't want to speak this year and you just want to attend, yes, go to Power Up Summit. You can find them on Facebook, which I'm kind of doing a cursor down in here. You can register for free at the Power Up Summit register.com, /register. And then there's the in-person tickets opportunity as well. So those of you that are listening to the replay, just click onto it, go to Facebook over at Level Up and Power Up, and you'll definitely be able to find it. Well, I think that's really about it. I'll be coming back on probably later on this afternoon to be sharing with you all more about some activity, some events that we have here on Facebook. Now, what I want to do is ask our authors to come back on and share with us, yes, what is it they would like for us to take away? And so I want to start with Nicole. Lady Nicole, if you will, what would you like for us to take away as a reader?
Number one for me, from my part of it, is that your pain is used for purpose. I want to, especially for me, what my part of that book is, it's okay to speak out. And then also, it's just not focusing on the event itself, not taking away from it, not saying it's okay, but no one ever talks about the after part, that you are a victor of domestic violence. For so long, I always said I was a survivor. I'm no longer a survivor. I am a victor of it. And I want them to walk away knowing that they have a purpose to be able to help and share someone else. And I'm hoping to motivate someone through that, because this is big for me to no longer be scared and to talk about not only my experience, but how I overcame it and who I am now, and focus on the victory side of it. So I just hope to motivate another young woman or man, and to help them see who they are and how they're going to overcome this and the victory side of it. So that's what I'm hoping to display out of my chapter of the book. You're on mute.
Okay, Kim, come on. Thank you.
Once my chapter is read, I am hoping and praying that, the people that's actually reading those words can see that, okay, you know what, she was hurt, but now she's healed. And what I want them to take away from it is to, one, believe in yourself. That's how you're going to get through it. Believing in yourself. You have to believe in the power of God. And then, I'm sorry, know that you're not alone. Because like I said before, a lot of people think that this is something that they're dealing with by themselves. You're not alone at all. But then it's most important that you take the time to heal. If you don't truly sit back, get the help that you need and heal, you cannot tell your story. Once you're actually healed, it's important for you to give back, which is what we're doing in this situation here. We're giving back by sharing our stories. You never know who is going to help. I pray that this book gives back to those who have experienced it and don't have the strength to speak up, to finally, go through that healing process and reach back and help somebody else. But most important, I want folks to know that when you've been through this situation and you've come through it, you are now an overcomer.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. You are an overcomer. And I love it how you said, believe in yourself and believe in God. And so we know that He will help us. And I love it how this shine part, because Pastor Geneva, that is just so profound, because we're always talking about the surviving part. And this brings a fresh perspective. And I think it's definitely going to unlock a lot of things in women that have been hesitant, or men, like you said, men, they've been hesitant about sharing, or and they're just in that place of still living in the shadow, as you said. So I think this is going to be phenomenal. And in fact, I know that it is. Come on to Sharon, if you will. What would you like for the readers to take away from your chapter?
My takeaway is basically the route to recovery. And there are things under that route to recovery. First, you have to know how to forgive. Not only forgive yourself, but you forgive the person that hurt you. Because if you're trying to tell somebody how to overcome, but you're still dealing with that hurt and that pain that you're not willing to let go of because you think is letting the person off the hook, then you're not going to be as effective. So one, I want people to know that forgiveness is essential to overcoming mindsets about abuse and about recovery. The other one is learning how to understand the root. We talk about, we think the abuse starts when the abuse happens, but we have to go back and understand the root cause, which could go back to our childhood. And sometimes a lot of people ask themselves, why do I keep getting in the same type of relationship? We don't understand the root. So we have definitely, I want people to understand the root cause and not the effects of it, but the root of it. Where did it originally start? And the last thing is that people take the stigma off of the word domestic violence. A lot of times we're taught what goes on in home stays in a home. But just like we promote other things, we promote health awareness things. We promote our birthdays, but we have to promote domestic violence just as much because it is affecting our community, it is affecting relationships, it is affecting families. And so we have to be able to talk about this. And when we're going through it or have gone through it, be able to open up to somebody else about what you've gone through in order to help you heal. So that is my takeaway for those who read my chapter.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. Absolutely. And now, if we will, let's hear from Shelonda.
Okay, so I know earlier I stated about being a victor and not holding on to the title of the domestic violence survivor. Although with my chapter, I want everyone who reads it, I pray to God that it's just not victors reading, but also people who are still a part of what's going on inside of that type of abuse or relationship, that when they read each one of our chapters, it will allow them to learn the different steps that everybody have in their actual chapter to be able to be set free. But what I want to say is that, number one, we all have been denied but not delayed is what I want them to get from my chapter. Number two would be to never stop dreaming. So being the advocate that I am, I push women to continue to dream. Don't just give up on your dreams. And so my name is Coach Shelonda, the Dream Pusher. And so I fight daily to make sure that any woman who has dealt with any type of abuse or been broken in any type of way, to never give up on your dreams. We can go through things, we go through the pain, we go through the different, tragics in our lives, but don't give up on your dreams, because when you come out as a victim, them dreams will come alive if you push forward to make them come alive. And then third is the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And the reason why I say that is because when we're going through the pains and the tragedies and different things in our lives, a lot of people overlook us. A lot of people mistreat us. A lot of people are not there when we need them. And so when we come up out of all of that, in the end, when the Lord allows us to really get pulled away from whatever that tragic or that pain is in our lives, then we will not only be victors, but we will also be first in everything that we do, because God will continue to push us and open the different doors that we need to get us what we need to be with the dreams that we had when we went in and then when we come out. And so that's what I want each individual to get out of reading my chapter.
That is awesome. Yes, indeed. Fire, fire, fire for sure. We're talking about Shattered to Shine. And this book is dealing, and we'll share with you all of what you're hearing these women talk about of what life is after you've come out of domestic violence, and that not to be stuck, not to no longer be in the shadows. But these have been some of the takeaways that you're hearing and that we want to take away as a reader for this book. Listen, we are so excited. And again, this is also an author call. If you are looking to to go ahead and share your story, and you know that this is that time to share your story, reach out to Pastor Geneva. Go ahead and reach out to her. You don't want to miss this opportunity. Have it set up a time with her and share with her. And I'm pretty sure that you all going to come together so that you can share your story in this book as well. We want to say thank you to our listening audience out there. One of our audience Facebook listeners said, "No longer hurting but healed." Amen, Barbara says. And then we also have is that we all have been denied. Don't give up on your dreams. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And yes, indeed. And exactly, keep dreaming. Yes, indeed. So all of you that have been Lady P, I know who you are now. See, I'm gonna call you. Yes, yes, indeed. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for sharing, and all of you all that has been with us. And always, Brenda, if you're still out there, Brenda is our she's no longer our front seat person, as I call from the Apollo, but she is an ambassador. She watches, never fails. Anytime Book Talks or Coffee Conversation is on, Brenda McNulty is always there. I'm so thankful for her. Hey, and she said Cher is in here as well. I think Cher Graham, she came through. And thank you all for just putting the names out there. Hey, Miss Dorothy and Yolanda, listen, all of them are out there. So thank you all for coming through. Yinka, all the way in the UK, thank you for listening. At this time, I want to go ahead and we're going to yield back. Before I let you all know what's coming up, I'm going to go ahead and let Pastor Geneva go ahead and share her heart with us. It is always our custom here on Book Talks with Sandy. When the visionary authors, along with the contributing authors, come through, it is always my custom is that I yield back and allow our guest visionary author to share their heart. And listen, we're not going to stop today. I wanted to come on in and share her heart with us for a few minutes. And then we'll got some upcoming announcements for our next two broadcasts that will be ending our month for the author tour. And if you will, come on and share.
Thank you, Queen Sandy. Well, first, before I go any farther, I have to say I am so humbled at this assignment that the Lord has entrusted me with. Even more so humbled at the fact that he entrusted me with some of his phenomenal daughters. Queen Kim Roberts, Queen Nicole Green, Queen Shelonda, Queen Sharon, God knows. Queen Lady P, Queen Patricia Anderson, so many others that will be coming alongside us in this project is going to not just stop right here. I am trusting and believing that God is taking us to the bestseller list several times, that the Shattered to Shine Summit will be an annual event, because not only are we doing a book release on October 15th here in the Dallas, Texas region, but we will also be doing a empowerment summit surrounded by domestic violence. So those that are coming to connect with us for the book signing, not only will you be fed some great refreshments and have an opportunity to meet the authors and hear their stories in person, but you will also be able to enjoy a summit and learn how you can connect and how you can reach back for someone that is going through whatever situation or circumstances they may have gone through that felt like they were going to be destroyed. I believe that the Lord has us in position to make sure that when he brings us out, that we go back and we let his deeds be known amongst the people. It's so imperative that we get to a place in our lives where we realize that there is no I in team, but there is an I in win. And what does that mean, Queen G? It means we win. So whenever you win, I win. We all win together. And there's room for all of us to win if we just pay attention and pray that God give us that particular audience, that target audience, give us the words to say, give us the love of Christ to be able to reach back and pull forward others out of the fire. Others out of the fire. There's so many, some women are, or some people are burned in the fire, but then there are others that are built in it. And when you know that you are one that has been built in it, it is so imperative that you reach back and douse somebody else with a little sprinkle of sparkle to say, guess what? Not only you're not going to be burned in this fire, but you're going to be built in it too. So I'm reaching back to pull you forward. So I pray that many of you, I pray that my mailbox is blowing over. That it's full of people that want to come together and unmute the silence of domestic violence. I am excited. I'm ecstatic. I am stoked about these phenomenal, phenomenal women. Y'all heard just a small portion of Queen K or Queen Kim Roberts. You only heard a small portion. You only heard a small portion of Shelonda and to Sharon and Queen Nicole. You've only heard a small portion, and Lady P is in the background, but there's so much more that is coming. And I want each and every one of us, this is an empowerment moment. We got to learn how to set each other free, and not just set them free, but help them stay free. I'm Pastor Geneva D. Ashley. Thank you for this space.
In the background here. But yes, thank you so much for coming on our platform. And this afternoon, I am very, very thankful. I love it how you started out in talking about having an assignment. And I do truly believe that this is my assignment from the Lord. And just having this platform, this is a Christian-based platform for Christian authors. And we don't mind praising the Lord. We don't mind giving him all the glory, because had it not been for him, as they say, where would I be? And so knowing that we too, and I'm learning from, and I've learned something today is, again, you need to, it's your responsibility to let someone know, don't forget, you went through that. You went through the domestic violence, but here is the other side. And so I thank you, ladies, for even helping me in that. You've answered the question why you said yes to the project. You've answered the call. And so we want to make sure that that invitation goes out to you, the listening audience today. Share this broadcast. It may not be you, but yes, we're believing God that yes, we want Pastor Geneva's email to just blow up for sure, and be a part of this amazing book project. Yes, as they journey toward being a #1 bestseller in this book that is going to change lives, many lives to come, and I'm literally meaning that lives can be saved, because many lives have been lost because of domestic violence. And here we sit. God allowed us to, what can I say? But he fought a good fight for us and our lives. We are still alive. We're not in the grave. And so we must tell our story, as we learned today, is our responsibility. I want you all to tune in with me on tomorrow afternoon. I will be back here at the table. We will be with the phenomenal Crystal Cunningham, who is out of Atlanta. Yes, and she will be with us on tomorrow. I want to make sure that I get the right one. And then
Sandy, can I ask a question? I'm sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
Really quickly, I forgot to mention, is it okay if I talk about the sponsorships? Because I know we're talking about people collaborating with us in this project, but I don't want people to just be highlighting the fact that you may not be a domestic violence victim, but you may have someone in your family that was. Unfortunately, we do have, as you spoke earlier, statistically, there are some that were fatally succumbed to domestic violence. So there may be someone in their lives that they want to highlight, that they want to remember, and sponsorships are available. It's a possibility for you to do dedication pages, or you may be a corporate CEO of a domestic violence, or maybe you have a domestic violence company, or maybe you have a women's organization that is, or women's group that's involved in your company, corporate sponsorships are available. So you can sponsor someone that will be able to share their story. Maybe there's a woman that's making an impact somewhere and she doesn't have the money to do it on her own, but your company will be highlighted in our book. Your logo will be highlighted in our book. You'll also have an opportunity to do a dedication to that person that was lost along the way. So there's a full page photo of that person, and we'll give you the opportunity to share the story on their behalf. So there are a plethora of packages that are available, and I just hope that we can reach all the masses, not only the victors alone, but those that may have been connected to victims as well. Thank you, Queen.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I want to, let me go back up. I want to make sure that we put the jot form back up. There it is, right there. You all, there it is. It is also in the notes. Those of you that are, when I say notes, in the thread on the Facebook page, you all can stream back up, cut and paste or copy, whatever you need to do. But here it is. Go ahead and reach out to go ahead and get this filled out, or as well, you can reach out to Coach Geneva and schedule a time to talk and share with her how you can be a contributing sponsor in the sponsorship availability opportunities as well, or become an author in this book project. So yeah, thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, for sure. That's what it's all about. On tomorrow afternoon, we will be in another book tour on tomorrow. So if you will, and your mark your calendars, and your time, we will be on at 4:00 p.m. Central Standard Time on tomorrow. And we will be with the phenomenal, yes, prophetess coach Crystal Cunningham. She is a best-selling visionary author, six-figure anthology strategist, and these are her contributing authors that will be with her on tomorrow. And the book is called No More Residue. What this book is, it's with women who have overcome incarceration, domestic violence, sex trafficking, and sex trap. And as she said, and as she's written, is that they all have emerged from those dark and muddy days to emerge cleansed and free, cleansed from the shame of past mistakes, free from disappointment that weighed them down, and free from anger that kept them from moving toward a forward. So no more residue. This is going to also be a phenomenal conversation. Then mark your calendar for Tuesday evening. This is going to culminate. The ladies been doing it. And now listen, we got to give honor to our men. We have the phenomenal Dr. Monique Fleming that will be with us on Tuesday evening. The men in this is a book of men anthology, and they are called Brilliant Minds of Black Men. I will have the privilege of interviewing them. They've already reached the #1 Amazon bestsellers list. And these are the phenomenal men that will be joining our platform. The forwarding author of this book is Dr. Matthew Stevenson, the second or the third out of Nations Church out of Chicago, but he's in New York now. He's the forwarding author of this book. So we're looking forward to the next couple of days. It's been kicked off on this afternoon, with our dear friend, yes, visionary author herself, Geneva. Ashley has kicked it off, our author tour. And then on tomorrow, we will have prophetess Crystal Cunningham. And then on Tuesday evening, we will have Dr. Monique Fleming of All Nations, and her book is called Brilliant Minds of Black Men. You do want to tune in. So listen, without further ado, we're going to say good evening, good afternoon, and good night over in the UK. I think it's about 9 p.m., 9 or 10 o'clock at night over there already. And so I do certainly appreciate these phenomenal women that have joined our stage. We're talking about, yes, the phenomenal Nicole Green, Kim Roberts, to Sharon McCreef, and yes, Shelonda Hestel, and she'll tell me how that last name. And yes, listen, I'm sorry. And then we're talking about the phenomenal, yes, visionary author Geneva Ashley, that has joined us. Listen, you all share it out with your friends, your family, and anything else, Coach, that we didn't hit on. We've danced, we've laughed, we've cried.
It's been amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Listen, Market Cap, y'all got to come back again. Y'all have truly warmed my heart this afternoon. That's what girlfriends do.
Right.
That's what Kim says. She said, I'm a God's girl. I like that one. Yes, hashtag that one.
God's girl, I'm glad about it.
Yes, indeed. Well, each of you ladies are phenomenal in your own right. Thank you. And we definitely want you all to come back. I'm beyond this journey with you. And so absolutely. I'm so thankful for all of you. Thank you all for tuning in again to Book Talks with Sandy. Do remember to tune in, watch us on YouTube, as well as Coffee Conversations with Sandy and Friends. And you will get the information when this particular panel will be on our Spotify channel as well. So without further ado, guys, you know that I love you as always. And thank you for tuning in to Book Talks with Sandy. And listen, y'all have a great weekend.